I used to have crazy curly hair, and I hated it. I used to pull it straight. On the advice of an older male boss in my first job, I pulled it straight every day, and I looked like everyone else. I did it until I was in my mid-30s, and then I realized, holy shit, why am I doing this? Why am I wasting my time? Why am I denying who I really am and missing out on my really awesome, cool, beachy hair? So as you can imagine, the curly hair girl let her hair go. I embraced it, I loved it. People told me they loved it, but how was I to know just a few short years later I was going to be shaving it all off? Let me be clear. 2014 was a shitty year. It wasn't supposed to be. It really wasn't. It was supposed to be an amazing year for me. I was turning 40 in September. I was having my 10th anniversary in July. We were planning a trip to Paris. We had all sorts of plans. But I have to say I'm a cliche. In thinking about turning 40, I sat down and started listing all of the things that I still wanted to do, because after all, if the average woman lives to be about 80, I was half cooked. And if I'm half cooked, I need to make sure that I get all the other stuff all planned out and all ready, because I am a planner. So I sat down and started making a list. 6 days later, in the shower, I found a lump in my breast. So what do? You freak out for a few minutes, get out of the shower, call the doctor, go to the doctor, mammogram, ultrasound, biopsy later. Doctors told me, it'll be fine. It's probably nothing. Go home. So I wasn't prepared when exactly a week later they called me. I was at work, mind you. They called me and told me that I had breast cancer. The thing is you expect lots of things in your life, right? But you don't really expect that. And how you respond to the things that you don't expect really shows who you are as a person. Driving home from the hospital, I said to my husband 2 things. One, I really don't want to lose my hair. But if I do lose my hair, I'll deal with it. But damn it, you've got to take me to Paris. You've got to take me to Paris. So I did what lots of people do. I had a head shaving party. And you can see I invited all of my friends, even some of my littlest ones. This is me actually going, how does it look? How does it look? How does it look? And it was scary. It was really scary. My dad and my husband shaved their heads too. But I realized as those curls fell to the ground that I didn't want to deny who I was. Because mind you, I went out with friends and bought hats and scarves and wigs. But I realized none of them looked like me. No one could replicate those really cool curls. And so I went around bald. Now, this isn't a choice that I'm not the first person to ever make this choice. But I got to tell you, it is really scary walking down the street, wondering, what do people think? So I did what I only knew I could do myself, which was make sure everybody knew. So I put it on Facebook. I mean, that's how you tell everybody, right? I told everyone, and I had some of the most amazing outpouring of support and love from so many different people. A friend of mine connected me to a friend of hers who recently went through the same exact diagnosis, and it was amazing. I was so scared. I didn't know what to expect. I met with Christine, and she literally wrote out step for step the day that I went for my first chemo treatment, what to expect the minute I walked in the door, where to go. She told me which nurses to ask for. She told me everything. The thing that I didn't expect with having cancer was that I would be given so many gifts. And some of the best gifts that I got were people who held my hand through this whole thing. My whole table of wow ladies over there, many of them who went to my chemo with me. And so many people who just sat there with me and told me that my head was a beautiful shape, that I looked wonderful, and that it made the whole thing so much less scary for me. My crossroads moment was realizing that I could go through this, that I was strong enough to do it, that I had a support network that was amazing, and that I, in turn, would pay it forward and do it for the next woman. Thank you. Oh, wrong way.